Well done. Wow, that was right, amazing. Yeah, now this is the, obviously the convertible version of the V8. You've got the Jag 4.3 in this, 4.3 V8 at the front, manual gearbox, simple power steering, simple rear wheel drive, not the most technically sophisticated car you can buy. It's also not the fastest car you can buy. In fact, every time you put your foot down you think, I could do with a bit more than that, not most power, but my God, you feel good when you're driving it. You just think, well, it just doesn't get any better, because I think the DB9 convertible isn't particularly good looking, but that's staggering, and the noise it makes is just... My wife's gone, I can hear her coming from 5 miles away. I can put the mags away.
Actually, it's a special version of it. They called it the Speed. And the reason for that is...
Less the colour?
Is it because it's tall? Not because it's tall, it's because it's really fast.
Really?
Yeah.
It's an interesting idea. They call it Speed because it's fast.
Yes.
So then you could call the BMW M3 the Cock, because that's what drives them.
On the mark, straight out of the box. It's got the same 4.2 litre V8 you find in the RS4, which is one of the best engines currently in production. And in that car, it gives you the full supercar experience, but at the same time, it really is what they set out to make it, which is an everyday supercar.
No,
because using it, it's so easy to put.
And £77,000 is what you pay for the privilege of ordering one. Then they charge you extra for the wheels, lights, body, engine, gearbox, steering, yes, everything. In fact, it's about 95 by the time. What is the Mercedes C-Class like? It is a saloon car, the end. But this one is the 63, which means it's got the 6.2 litre V8 engine. We don't know why it's called the 63 when the engine's a 6.2, but there you are, German, and that's how it is. They built this obviously because BMW has the M3 for Cox, Audi does the RS4, Mercedes needed something comparable. We've tested all those 3 cars for an edition of Top Gear that's coming up in a couple of weeks. So how would we describe that Merc? Insane, mad, beyond words.
Quickish.
Yes, and we loved it.
Really fast. This isn't good enough. Behind, I've got the savage bark of the V10, and then in front, the howl of the Ferrari V8. I like to think that heaven sounds a bit like this. Go!
I shut the door and sideways, and through the green stuff.
Bang, and here we go again.
It's just breathtaking. Meanwhile, everything else explodes.
Clarkson Supercar Showdown out Monday.
That looks like
Exploding.
that's basically what happens for an hour and a half. Now listen. That was the supercars on the screen. What we've got now are the supercars down here in the auditorium.
First out is the Ferrari 599, the V12 engine in which comes pretty much from the Ferrari Enzo, which means it is phenomenal. That is one powerful car. The engine is in the front, not in the middle, powering the rear wheels, which is actually a more traditional configuration for a Ferrari. But don't go thinking this is some gentle, rather old-fashioned Grand Tourer, because it is colossally powerful and very, very clever.
It is. One of the things I've noticed in Ferraris recently, this and the 612 and the 430, they feel miles ahead of other cars. They feel so sophisticated, so technological. The computer stuff is mind-blowing in them now. And perhaps to the point where some of the passion has been lost, which is a problem. This is certainly not a problem with the new Aston Martin DBS. I wasn't looking forward to driving this, gotta be honest. I just thought, well, all they've done is take the DB9, put some carbon fibre buttocks on the back, 4 nostrils in the bonnet, some plastic miniskirts, and they're trying to fob it off as an all-new car. I still think they might have done that a bit, and the £160,000 is perilously close in price to the Ferrari 599, but then I drove it, and honestly, it's wonderful. The balance, the power sliding you can put on, you couldn't do, obviously James, but Richard, is immense. There's special Pirelli tyres. Pirelli's made tyres just for this car. Carbon ceramic brakes, which can this actually work. It's spacious, it's easy, it's light, it's a fabulous thing.
You've been bouncing around about it ever since you drove it. I know. Yikes.
You know, we were talking earlier on about cars that are named the way they are, like Bentley Speed, the BMW M3 Cock.
Yeah.
I thought they should probably call this the Lamborghini Murcielago Syrup of Fizz.
Yes, because it has got a wick.
That is a wig.
down there, very, very hot, 45 degrees. The only two that didn't break down in the entire time were the two Lamborghinis, and you'd have bet every penny you earned that they would be the first to go a few years ago. Here's the other one. Of course, the guy on his side, I bought one of these. He goes, I just thought it's just tremendous, and it is proving to be reliable, staggeringly. Four-wheel drive, V10 engine, makes a huge amount of noise. I think it's unbelievably pretty, quicker around the Ascari track than a Ferrari 430.
Look, Pagani Zonda, one of my favourites, because even if it is a completely mental car, this is the F version, so they've made it even more so.
It's because when I drove the original, I remember thinking, it's just not kind of airy enough.
Yeah, exactly, it's not quite making big enough statements, it's a bit subdued.
It was a bit floppy, I thought, the S.
V12 engine still lurks in the back, the attention to detail is just...
The biggest problem they had in the change from the normal coupe to this was making a roof that would stay in shape at 200 miles an hour. You know, normally they billow up a Golf.
Yeah.
There's a difference in pressure outside and inside. They claim on this that even at 198 it only moves by 2 millimetres.
I want to go out for dinner with the man who designed that, because I think it'd be interesting.
I've invited him round to your house tomorrow.
Excellent. I can hardly wait to meet him and hear about all the hard work he did. Hey, now this is, for those of you who watch Formula 1, which doesn't obviously include the other two.
6.2 litre V8, which is mighty powerful, not as powerful I suspect as this, the Koenisgegg CCX, the one nobody can ever spell.
Yeah.
It's the CCX, so it's the even hotter version, 801 brake horsepower, and it still holds the record as the fastest car ever around the Top Gear test track.
And the most difficult to drive. I was absolutely horrified at how hard it was. And when I first drove, I couldn't believe it, but of course the stick crashed.